I think you mean Superman episode.
It's that time again. Time for the all-new Culture Cast, which begins right now.
I'm Nick.
I'm the Kiwi.
And this is the all-new Culture Cast. And we're back starting with December for hopefully a month of Christmas movies. But if we don't do a bunch of Christmas movies, we're going to do some Christmas stuff today. And what's more Christmas than Hallmark?
Yes.
And appropriately, we have our little kitty cat sitting in between us, Indiana.
She's a big kitty, though.
She's a chunk. But it's appropriate because one of the, I guess, 2.5 movies
Yeah, 2.5. That's good.
Movies we're going to be talking about is one and a half of them deals with kittens.
Meow.
And specifically, we're talking about the two recently released movies from Hallmark on one of their countdown to Christmas. One is the 9 Kittens of Christmas, which is a sequel to another Hallmark movie called The 9 Lives of Christmas, which we'll get into a little bit later. And the other one is A Kiss Before Christmas. Now, we decided to talk about these two we went out of our way to watch these two.
Yeah, we did have to put them on the DVR.
Because, like, Kiwi, we both like Hallmark movies. Like, not that we, like, seek them out, but if it's good background noise.
Yeah, let me just say that, like, I do love watching The Golden Girls, and The Golden Girls are shown on the Hallmark Channel. So I just, see Hallmark movies advertised.
Yeah.
And so I have there was that fall one, the Fall Fest. I can't remember which one that was. Roadhouse Romance.
Yeah, we did watch that one.
I did seek that one out. It was cute. I mean, it's a Hallmark movie.
They're all the same.
They are all the same.
Although, with arguable exception of the one of the ones we watched tonight.
Yes, that's true.
But during the holiday season, if we need something on for background noise, we'll throw on Hallmark. I know I like doing that just because they're not good, but
like you can just turn it on and you know what's happening. You already know who the love interests are. And you also know that when it hits the hour and a half mark, there's a plot, twist or, and then it gets resolved and,
any point in the movie, you turn it on within like 2-3 minutes, you know exactly what's going on. You're caught up.
And they are feel-good movies,
Yeah. I mean, every movie's basically the same. Like, someone's going to take down the town or the local monument, and the person trying to save it is they become love interests, and they decide, I gotta save this. It's always that. Mm-hmm. Someone's coming, the outsider, fish out of water sort of scenario. But anyway, the three we're talking about, which one do you want to talk about first?
Let's do the kitten one first.
Okay.
Meow.
So, devotees of this podcast, the one of you, but might remember way back on our 100th episode, we told a story about Superman Brandon Routh, and the Gorehound, and I met him, and you go back to the episode. I'm not going to tell the story again. But as a gift that the Gorehound gave to me, he gave me a copy of The 9 Lives of Christmas, which is a Hallmark movie starring Brandon Routh, where he's a firefighter who obtains a cat. And we got this, 2017, thereabouts? 2018? And we didn't actually watch it until last year, 2020. I was holding off because I thought Gorehound and I were going to watch it together, and then that never happened. So I think we're like, screw it, we're just going to watch it.
It was 2020. We had nothing better to do.
Right. And it was cute. I mean, it was,
I'm happy that there is a movie about cats. Because I feel like anytime there's a romance story, it's always about a dog. Like most stories about dogs.
Must love dogs.
There's nothing against dogs, but I just feel like cats are never featured. So it's very nice that they featured a movie about cats, and then they made a sequel.
Yeah.
Like a squeakquel. Oh,
Boo.
sorry.
And that's the end of this episode. Everyone just tuned out. Yeah, I was shocked they made a sequel to this. I don't know how many Hallmark movies get sequels, but this one...
That's a good question. I don't know either.
Like, the original one came out...
You know what? There's probably not that many because they don't want to break up the couples.
That's true. I mean, I think you could make a sequel without breaking up the couples, but regardless, it's... Like, this one came out... The first one came out in 2014. So, like... 7 years later.
Well, depending on when they filmed it,
Well,
but from the release.
The release,
the 7.
Yeah. 7 years later, like it's weird, like that they made the sequel 7 years after the fact. I mean, Brandon Routh was busy with doing his superhero shows.
I think they established that it's 5 years in the movies.
5 years since they broke up.
Oh,
but it sounds like they're together for. Well, we'll jump into that. So. The sequel, The 9 Kittens of Christmas.
Wait, did you say the first? Just
do you want me to tell the recap of the first one?
Just really fast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brandon Routh is a firefighter. His co-star, Kimberly Sustad? Sustad? How do you pronounce that? Sustad? She's a veterinarian student at the time. And Brandon Routh somehow gets a cat that won't leave him alone. So he's like, well, I guess I'm taking care of this cat. And it becomes an unofficial firehouse cat. And he has to take her to the vet. And they have a meet cute in a grocery store.
Mm-hmm. He's trying to buy the cat milk. Yeah,
and he says, don't do that. And so he starts consulting her with like cat stuff because he knows nothing about cats. Brandon Routh is kind of like a loner kind of guy. He's fixing up a house.
He's a flipper.
He's a flipper. He does that in his spare time. And they get close. She gets kicked out of her apartment, so she moves in with him, and they get even closer. And, of course,
she gets kicked out because she has a cat, and the landlord discovered she has a cat.
That's right. And she helps him, they get very domestic. And then, of course, there's a love interest that Brandon Routh kind of was sort of seeing, who's like a supermodel type. And she's like very vapid, if I remember correctly. And he's like, this isn't working for me. And, of course, she sees him together with the other girl, and they think, oh, no. But it all works out in the end, and they start a romance, and that's the end of the first movie. So 7 years later, you want to recap this new one that just came out?
Yeah. So it starts off. Where did I guess it's not relevant, but she's down in Florida. Isn't it Florida? Aren't they in Miami?
It's somewhere. She's in the big city.
She's in the big city.
As every Hallmark movie.
She's a vet, and she
has a clinic with a guy.
She has a clinic with a guy that she is dating. And the only time they get to see each other is at work because they work so much. Mm-hmm. And she decides to go home for the holidays, and she takes her cat with.
Did you say that she's dating the guy she owns?
I thought I did.
Okay, because we learned
because they only see each other at work.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you said that she broke up in between with Brandon Routh.
Well, yeah, I guess we didn't say that officially, but yeah, they broke up
because he didn't want to commit.
He didn't want to commit, Brandon Routh. And so she left, she finished school, started up her practice. She's dating the co-owner of it. And she goes home for the holiday with her cat. And while she's there, her sister has a kid, they were a little kid in the first movie.
I don't remember the kid at all in the first movie. So I'm sure he existed because She existed. I'm tired. I'm sorry. I can't remember details like genders.
No.
It was a girl.
But I'm like, was she a baby or was she pregnant? Because
she must have been at least very little because the kid has to be no more than 10.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. And lo and behold, Brandon Routh. What's his name? I don't remember.
Zach.
Zach and
Marley.
This time of the year, he usually takes a skiing vacation. but he stumbles upon these 9 kittens.
Someone mysteriously dropped them off in front of the firehouse.
Someone mysteriously dropped them off. And this is like where the plot starts to kind of like lose it. I mean, it's like right in the beginning, because like he feels this obligation that he has to cancel his trip and find homes for these kittens.
You know, I could buy into he feels obligated to take care of the cats, because I get it. We have a dog. We have 2 cats.
Yeah. Like,
we like animals.
Yeah.
If someone had a box of kittens that's dropped on my doorstep, I'm like, I gotta do something with this. I don't want to, like... I remember one time when I was living by myself before I was a cat owner, I was at a gas station filling up, and I saw a cat limping along in the gas station. And it broke my heart that I went home, got a box, and came back. I couldn't find it. I was going to, like, take the cat and then the next morning go to the vet with it. So, like, I get his need to do that. The part that doesn't make sense, which I think you're about to get into.
What?
How they go about trying to take care of the kittens.
Yeah. I mean, like, you're trying to tell me that you can't find someone to take care of the kittens for
a shelter.
A few days. I know. And here's the other thing. He takes a vacation during the holidays every year because he's depressed about the breakup. Like, the holidays are just a bad time for him.
Was that the reason?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they established that's why he does it. The holidays are hard, and he just wants to get away. And so, of course, the Santa photos this year got moved to the firehouse. So when her niece... What is her name? I keep forgetting.
Marley.
Marley. So when Marley and her niece and the sister go to the firehouse, they're like, oh, don't worry, he's not going to be there, he's on vacation. And then, lo and behold, he's there. And at this point, she still has her boyfriend and at the practice, you know.
Which you know from, like, the minute he appears on the screen, like, yeah, they're going to be split. You know exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, because it's a Hallmark movie.
Yeah. Which, they're at the hour and a half mark, you know, he shows up again.
He does. You said that right from the start. He's going to come back in an hour and a half. And he did. Spoiler.
Yeah, so what else? So the search, they have to find the owners.
Homes. Well,
new
they want
owners.
to find homes now.
Right. New homes for these kittens.
And, you know, she's a vet. She knows how to take care of these cats. And, like, she's like, oh, I'll help you. You know, you can kind of see, like, sparks are already kind of starting to fly a little bit.
It's a date. No, not a date. It's something we're going to do later on together.
Yeah, I don't think that happened right then and there, though. That was like the
well,
next
yeah,
meeting,
I'm just saying, like,
yeah.
they're
And here's something that I completely forgot about, but my coworker loves Hallmark movies, and I had asked her, because this movie aired on Thanksgiving, and so I had asked her, because she knew ahead of time that I was also going to be watching this movie, and I asked her if she watched it, and she said yes. And I was, you know, talking about, like, some of the plot holes of this movie. And she said, I forgot, and I think she had just rewatched the first movie, that the fire chief's wife is allergic to cats. And right away, they take 2 of those kittens.
Well, this new movie's done shit.
I know.
Who wrote this? Hey, Sheila Roberts. Hey, it's... The book, The 9 Lives of Christmas. This is a book originally?
Whoa. Well, let's go read the book.
All right. Well, Irene Dobson, screenwriter, and David Winning. You did not win at this movie with that stupid plot hole. So the police chief's wife, the fire chief's wife.
That's what she said. I believe her because I think she rewatched it before.
Oh, I guess we'll have to
she saw
rewatch
this one. So we should have watched that one because we own it. We have no excuse. We should have watched it first.
Oh, we ran out of time.
Like, you know, what else do we do? Nothing. But the vet had just retired, so the town has no vet. But it's like, so there's no one that took over this vet practice. Like, it's...
That's weird. I mean...
It's weird.
Like,
And I feel like most vets have
Would
more
make an
than one
announcement.
doctor.
I
Doesn't
don't
our
know.
vet have more than one doctor? I think they do.
They do, but we live in a suburban area. If it's as a small town as they're indicate, I don't know. This is the thing with Hallmark movies.
You don't know how small.
You don't know how they make it seem like small town, rural America, but like they have large apartment complexes and universities and like no, because that doesn't work like that. But yeah, it's whatever the movie wants it to be.
Hey, they're giving this movie 7 out of 10 on IMDb.
Out of 580 votes.
Well, yeah.
That's pretty good. I think that's a fair assessment for a Hallmark movie.
So they work together. And this is the thing that I find a little odd. We don't know how old... Did they say how old these kittens are?
They didn't establish that, I don't think.
But, like, the fire chief said he would take 2 cats. But, like, they have to find homes for all the cats before they actually start passing the cats out.
Which doesn't make any sense.
That doesn't make sense to me.
And here's another thing. Well, maybe because Marley could do it. Like, you'd want the cats to all get proper checkups first to make sure that they're...
I think she was checking up the cats.
And maybe that's something that just happened off screen, and I'm sure she...
But they wouldn't have had their shots. Or no, I think she said she was going to order the shots. I think that was established. Like, she was going to have, like, shots mailed to the house, and she was going to give them to her.
I don't remember that, but I guess that's something that...
Because she's a vet, you know, she can just easily get access to that.
Yeah, that's something you don't... If they didn't establish it, you can hand wave over it because you can just say, oh, she did that.
I'm positive they established that.
Okay.
I'm never wrong.
Mm-hmm. But it just seems weird, like, why did they have to do it instead of just saying, like, let's give it to a shelter and the shelter people will be able to do it.
Like,
is it legal, like, to, like, personally sell them? Don't you ever have the license to do that?
They weren't selling them; they were just giving them away.
Well, even to give them away, like, I don't know. I don't know how that works.
I don't know how that works either. But, like, let's just say that there was no vet in that town. You're trying to tell me that they couldn't drive to another town?
No, it's the only town.
Shelter. I mean, I do know, like, sometimes shelters just can't take any more animals, you know, but...
I'm sure they could refer you to someone. I mean, if he felt that obligated, he could... And he was going on a ski trip, he could take a drive to wherever nearby big city to be like, have at it.
Yeah. Oh, and he still has the cat from... The first movie, but her cat had passed away.
Yes, because I think her cat was older.
Queenin or something.
I don't remember.
It was like a Q sound. Queen something.
I don't remember.
Okay.
Queenie.
Didn't I just say Queenie?
You might have. I don't remember.
It was Queen something.
What was his cat's name? It had a unique name too.
Artemis.
Was it Artemis?
I don't know, but it sounds like it could be. I don't remember.
I thought it was something with an A or something like that. I don't know. So, and of course, there's a subplot with the fire chief retiring.
Oh, yes. And the more she thinks about her relationship, she decides to end it. And she did not break up with him. It was like a big Christmas like party, and she went to it, and then that's when he shows up because she wanted him to come in the beginning of the movie, and he's like, I don't know if I can come, and she's like, well, it's my family.
He's super ambitious, work ambitious.
Yeah, he's a workaholic, and he was like, well, I don't know if I have time to go. And then, so of course, like when the Christmas party comes, you know, Zach and Marley, was it Marley? Marley are like getting really close again. And then her ex shows up, and Zach sees her with him, and then she sees Marley's niece, and he asks the niece, who's that guy? And she goes, oh, that's her boyfriend. Well, then, you know, at that point, the niece did not know that she already wanted to end things with.
I think, if memory serves, they did break up earlier in the movie over their Zoom call. And then,
you're right.
But I mean, they might have not told the kid because
it was his big gesture.
Yes, he was trying to make a big gesture.
He was trying to make a big gesture.
And she was like, "Yeah, hard pass. I got Brandon Routh over here."
Yeah. And so also throughout this, Marley is staying with her sister and, the husband, this brother-in-law, and her niece. And so they're all taking care of these cats. And the niece is showing such responsibility because one of the cats has to keep taking, medication. Was it Rudolph? Mm-hmm. She named all the cats.
I think they named after the reindeer.
And then the fire chief retires and wants Zach to take over the fire station, which seems like you don't just pass along the job.
I'm not going to speak to that because maybe in small towns you can do that. I don't know how fire chiefs are elected or hired or anything like that.
Okay, fine. We'll let that slide. Oh, my cat's sleeping in my lap.
But here's the thing. Marley comes back to town on what? Let's say December 20th?
Yeah.
19th? I don't know, something about there. A lot happens. He announces his retirement. When was he retiring? Was it going to be at the end of that year?
Yeah, I think so.
That's a fast turnaround to not only announce your retirement, pick your successor, and also the whole firehouse got him
Oh yeah, well the daughter had bought an old fire truck.
Mm-hmm.
And
it was all rusted out.
It was all rusted out. She's like, I already worked on the engine. I just can't do the body work. So it's established that she had it running. And then in a matter of a day, they had it
the body work. Because the thing was look really beat down.
It was really beat down. And they got this all better, 12 people working on this in one day, got it all painted.
It's a good thing the whole fire crew knew how to do body work on a extremely old vehicle.
And then of course they get he finds out that she's not with that guy. How did he find out?
I
think, did she say something to him about it?
Probably.
Oh, throughout trying to find homes for these people, they did have a couple of events. At a bookstore, they had the cats. They went to a church or something.
Did they have an event in the firehouse too, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, I think they did because they when they help wrap presents or something. So they were wrapping presents and they had the kittens there. So they're working together doing these events and they oh, I'll see you later. It's a date, or I'll see you later.
Yeah, the awkwardness.
The awkwardness.
They had some interesting.
Oh,
go ahead.
The superhero comment.
Oh, yeah, we'll get to that in a second. They had some interesting. You're talking about plot developments. I don't know if this was just meant to further on how they're still attracted to one another, but I remember at one of the events there was a guy that was flirting with Marley. If you remember, he was signing up looking at the cats, and he was being kind of flirty with her, oh, I bet, I can't remember what he said, but it was something oh, I bet you love cats. I don't know, something stupid. And it was clearly a flirting. She got a little flustered, and Brandon Routh looked a little PO'd. I thought he was going to come back later on, and they were going to start doing something, and then something another reason for Routh to be upset. But maybe that was just there to be he's flirting, but Routh is upset that he's flirting, showing that he still shows.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. They were just establishing that he still obviously missed her.
But you're saying about a superhero comment?
Yeah. You caught it. I mean, because you watched the show.
Yeah. This could be just coincidental because Brandon Routh was Superman. But in about the middle of the movie, they bump into each other again at a supermarket to reference the first movie. And she says something about how oh yeah, you're a hero. Oh, because he's helping with the kittens.
Yeah.
You're a hero.
You're
more like a superhero. And did he say something that's not the first time I've been called that, or It was something.
There's something like that.
It was something very subtle, which makes me wonder if it was a reference to all of Brandon Routh's work in the Arrowverse, as it's referred to in the internet.
And that's they like recreated the scene where they met in the first movie at the grocery store.
Yes, because he was buying milk and she was buying
milk.
She was buying milk and he was buying milk and she was buying like tons of ice cream.
Yes.
And she was buying more ice cream because I think that's right when she broke up with the guy.
Yeah.
And then I think she saw him and she like threw the ice cream away so she wouldn't see it. He wouldn't see it.
Yes.
So what did you think of this movie? Would you recommend the 9 Kittens of Christmas?
Oh, we're not going to say how it ends?
Oh, do we need to say how it ends? I think we've already indicated.
But okay, so in the last like few minutes, they're like giving the cats to all the homes that said they were going to take it.
Oh.
And then...
wait, can we put a pause in that? Because I don't know if we established something prior to.
Okay.
The reason they broke up was because he doesn't like change. Brandon Routh does not like change, which was kind of hinted at the beginning in the first one too. And he was like really happy with the way the relationship was. She wanted to get married. And I think he said some kind of like, well, why do we need to change anything? And that's when that was the tipping point. Boom, she was done. And it continues on today in this one where the fire chief wanted Brandon Routh to be his successor. And Brandon Routh was like, no, why would I want to do that? And he eventually comes around to it, needing that, change is a good thing. And then leads into the ending.
Yes, and so he's like, I know who's going to take this cat. So they're like the one, and she's like really sad about, I think, she wants to keep the cat, And so they're driving and they pull up to the house and, she was like a little leery because like she didn't know who this person was. She wanted to make sure it goes to a good home. And then it turns out he was living there and he proposed to her and he was the one taking the cat.
Yeah. Like he's pretty like, oh yeah, they've had cats before. They're a good couple. And like talking about them, obviously.
Yes. It was cute. So they better get married this time. That could be, it'll be like that Netflix movie where it's like the one that just keeps continuing, like, what was it, Christmas Prince or something like that.
Oh,
and then,
yeah.
Like, a Christmas wedding and, like, a Christmas baby. They'll just do that with this one.
I'm sad they haven't made any more of them, but I guess they probably tap that resource. But I'm wondering, I wouldn't be opposed to make a third one. I don't think you need to break them up. There's stuff you can do where maybe it's preparation for their wedding, and maybe like an ex comes by, bring back the old characters or something that causes like some friction, or I think there's ways you can do it without having to break them up.
That's a good segue into the next movie. But
so, would you recommend the
if you like Hallmark movies, yeah. I mean, if you don't like Hallmark movies, then just don't watch it.
I feel the cat played a bigger role in the first movie. Like this one, the cats were they're in the background. You didn't see them as much, I feel.
Maybe.
But, I don't know. It'd be like the 9 weddings of Christmas. I don't know what they'll call it, but they'll figure it out. It will have to be 9, and it'll have to have Christmas.
Start brainstorming for Hallmark. We need another squeakquel.
Boo. But yes, it does lead into our second movie that we watched, which
I was so happy to see this one.
I was surprised at who they got to do a Hallmark movie. Not that they would be above it, but it wouldn't be ones who I'd normally associate it.
But James Denton does do Hallmark stuff.
He does?
Yeah, he's on that one of their shows.
Oh.
Their seasonal shows. James Denton is part of that.
Okay. Well, I guess I was surprised that they got Terri Hatcher.
I mean, she's not really working anymore.
Does she need to? I thought she was in something recently. Not important.
That's true. She probably doesn't want to work.
She's getting all those big Desperate Housewife.
What would you say?
I'm stuttering. This is the first beer I've had in like 2 weeks or something.
Really?
I've not been having much lately. I've been
To be
tired.
clear, when he says beer, he means Angry Orchard.
Which I think has a higher alcohol content than most beers.
Let me see.
I think it's like 5%.
That's like the average beer.
I thought beers were a little bit lower than that.
You think people are going to want to drink something that's less than 5%?
I don't know. I don't go around asking people that.
This is 5% alcohol.
There you go.
But I bet if you grabbed a Miller Lite, it's going to say 5%.
Do you want me to grab a Miller Lite right now and find out?
Here, I could just probably Google it.
All right, fine.
$4.2.
Oh, boom! In your face. Who's right?
Barely. It's not even a whole percent.
I don't care.
Not
It's
even a
more.
whole
It's
percent.
more,
Okay.
which means I can get drunker faster.
Sure. Okay. Back to... Oh, the movie is called A Kiss Before Christmas.
Which, I was never a watcher of Desperate Housewives, but you were.
Yeah, there was one season that got, like, super weird. I mean, super weird for Desperate Housewives. It kind of lost me a little bit, but I did pick up the season again, the show. So, I've watched the majority of the episodes. But this was, like, back in college, like, 10 years ago.
Is
over
Desperate
10 years
Housewives
ago.
on any streaming service?
I almost feel like at one time it was on Netflix because I was going like, oh, I should like rewatch it, but I don't think it's on there anymore.
I bet Desperate Housewives was on ABC, right?
Yes.
I bet it's on Hulu because ABC is owned by Disney, and Disney owns Hulu, but Disney also owns Disney Plus. But they put more family-friendly fare on the Disney Plus, and Desperate Housewives probably isn't family-friendly in the same way that like Star Wars and Marvel is.
You know, I think the love interest for Eva Longoria in the first season of Desperate Housewives, because she has an affair that's established like in the first episode. I think he does Hallmark movies now.
Good for him.
Well, it's like, you know, comes full circle. So now Terri Hatcher's.
So
Like, there were so many cameos from Frasier on Desperate Housewives.
Cameos from what?
Well, the show Frasier, like
Yeah.
a lot of people that were on Frasier were on Desperate Housewives.
Oh, okay.
It was.
Fun fact. But no, A Kiss Before Christmas, reunited because these two were love interests on
And Desperate Housewives.
And that's what got your interest in this one.
Yes. I mean, if there's so what was there like 40 some Hallmark movies that they put out?
It's
Like they have to
ridiculous.
do one like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday just to show a new one every single like week before Christmas.
Right.
So like of course we're not watching most of these Hallmark movies, but when I saw that James Denton and Terri Hatcher were reuniting, I was like, yes, please. And my coworker also watched this one.
Of course she did. But I like this one a lot. Do you want to talk about what it is? Because this is not the average Hallmark
It
movie.
is not, which it made me so happy that there was a plot twist. And it's established right away that they're already together.
Yeah, they're a couple and they're, for overall, pretty happy. Although
Yes.
James Denton is frustrated at certain aspects of his life.
Yes.
He wants to provide better for his family despite the fact they have a huge house.
Yeah, although they made a comment, his boss made a comment like, oh, you wear the same 5 suits every single week. So they're trying to establish that he's poor.
He only has 5 suits, so he's poor. I don't own 5 suits. I don't think
Your
I'm in the
job also
poorhouse.
doesn't require you to wear suits.
That's true.
He's a lawyer.
No, he's not.
Isn't he a lawyer?
He's real estate, high-end real estate executive type person. I'm sorry. He wants to be more rich. He's okay. I don't care what you say.
Terri Hatcher wants to go back to college and his
Law school.
And his oldest son is about to go into college, so You know, it's just all these fees.
And his daughter wants to go into like some soccer camp.
Oh, right.
So like all this stuff is piling up, and he's feeling overwhelmed. And his quote unquote problem is that he's not ruthless enough with the real estate trade.
Yes.
He's too kind-hearted. And his business buddy, he's like very ruthless.
And that's how they met. Because
Terri
Hatcher and James Denton.
I'm sure they have character names. It doesn't matter. They're just
It
Terri
doesn't.
Hatcher.
Let's just call him Terri Hatcher, Terri and James. Done. Terri was in an elevator, and James's boss just got done talking to him about, like, oh, you need to be, like, more ruthless about something. But, like, he gets in the elevator and doesn't do, like, what his, like, coworker had told him to do.
He was debating it. And because he was debating it too much, he missed the first elevator to go up.
Oh, that's right. He missed the first
elevator. And so he caught the elevator with Terri Hatcher, which broke down, and they were stuck in the elevator for like hours.
4 hours, I think they said.
Yeah. And that's how their relationship started. He missed that other meeting, which he would have been a ruthless guy. And that's how his life kicked off. Flash forward for today, and he makes a wish. He's given a task to muscle out like a small newspaper stand.
Yes.
And he doesn't want to do it, but he says if he does it, his friend, who's now a high-end executive, was going to give him a recommendation to get a promotion. And so he's running off to do it, and he's at the train station. The movie allegedly takes place in Chicago.
Oh yeah, that was not not Union.
No, it was fake Union Station.
It was fake Union.
It was Hallmark standing train set.
Yeah.
But and he talks to a.
They would have shown the great room.
Yeah.
If it was Union.
Which we'll circle back to that later on.
And the outside scene didn't look like Union either.
He's at the train station and he meets a Santa Claus. Which is it the real Santa? We don't know. But he voices his frustration. He starts a conversation with him. Then he says he wishes he would have gotten in that original elevator to be more ruthless. And he falls asleep. And he wakes up. And his whole life has changed going on that new pathway. It's a Wonderful Life, essentially, kind of storyline.
There's something you didn't establish, and I don't know if it's that big of a issue, but when he was trying to muscle out that newspaper stand, he came up with the solution that the newspaper stand could still make some profit, or like wouldn't walk away like a complete loser. And he goes and he tells his boss, hey, look, I found a solution, it's going to be a win-win.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, you need to do this instead. And he wasn't ruthless,
like because his friend told the big boss, what was her name? Rhonda? Something with an R.
That could be right. We'll just say Rhonda.
Rhonda, yeah. Told the big boss that this whole deal was secure, everything was fine, which it wasn't. He oversold it. And so he told his friend, hey, go do my dirty work for me. And he came back with this, like you said, he came back with a solution that, no, it's supposed to be all gone. So, so he wakes up. He actually went back in time a little bit because it's the big.
They actually digitally.
Oh well, yeah.
They de-aged him in the
at the very beginning, which is beginning. So the Hallmark must have pumped some money into this.
Well, yeah, because like people like us who don't make a point to watch Hallmark movies, we just watch the ones that are just on, like we DVR'd these two Hallmark movies. I mean, they knew it was going to draw an audience. They've been advertising it for a while. Terri Hatcher and James Denton reuniting, of course. I was shocked that they paid to de-age them. I was.
It was just the very beginning of the movie.
They don't have special effects in these movies. They're cheap movies. They just pump them out.
But, the de-aging technology is getting to a point where it's probably getting cheaper and cheaper to do. These movies make so much money. They can allocate the funds for that that bit at the
Yeah.
very beginning.
I
But
do wonder how much they got paid for these Hallmark movies.
if it's Terri Hatcher, I'm sure they threw a lot of money at her.
Yeah.
I mean, she's not like maybe A-list, but for a Hallmark, she's a good
Yeah.
grab.
Yeah.
Um,
And James Denton was already working on Hallmark.
yeah.
Whatever the...
'Cause he was
that
in the Good Witch
series.
show.
The Good Witch. There you go. Yep.
Because that's been going on for a while now.
Uh-huh.
Is he still on that show?
I don't know. I don't watch it.
Maybe you should. So he wakes up the next day, but it's like December 1st, so it's like a few weeks, because he falls asleep on Christmas Eve in the train station.
Right, but then he wakes up at the train station.
Yes, he wakes up at the train station.
Yes.
It's a few weeks prior in his new life where he's like, now he's the one, he and his buddy are both in charge.
Yeah, they're both big, like, executives.
And he's being sued by Terri Hatcher, who's now a full-time lawyer because she did not...
Well, she's suing the company.
Yeah, well, and he's like the main guy that she's going after, it sounds like. But she became a lawyer because she never got married.
She didn't.
Or to him. She did this after she got married and divorced.
Oh, I don't remember that part.
Because she was like so dedicated to her job and everything.
And it's also... Then that's also when we find out that their kids from their marriage, whatever, they were adopted. And so because they were adopted when they were married,
they can
now
appear.
they're still, they can appear, and it's established they're in foster care.
I guarantee you that when they were writing this movie, they were like, oh, we gotta do something with the kids. Well, they don't exist. Adopted, because like they don't mention that, they don't establish that at all until about midway through the movie.
Yeah, it was kind of like, oh, they're adopted. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how it would have come up, like, in conversation, like, in the beginning, like, oh, these are our adopted kids, you know? Like, I don't know how they would have told us.
Yeah.
Like, without it, like, being weird, you know?
I don't know. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. It's just...
It's not.
It's just the way they just, like, randomly, like, drop it in the movie. It's like, oh, well, okay, now they can exist now.
Right, and they're in foster care. But it sounds like they're at least happy in foster care. Like, it's, you know, they're
it's
not like
they're
in a
like
bad
getting
situation.
beaten or anything like that. Hallmark wouldn't do that. They would not do that. So the kids are in foster care. I think they said the foster care parents want to, because they call them mom and dad. If you notice that, they did call the foster parents mom and dad.
Yeah.
And I think they were trying to officially adopt it. But it doesn't matter. So he realizes he's in this alternate world and he needs to get back to his regular one. Because the Santa says, you have to do something before Christmas Eve. And so he decides he's going to reach out to Terri Hatcher in order to get her help to get back to his old life. And she thinks he's a crazy guy.
Yes.
He's like, we don't know each other. I don't like you.
Yeah, that's what they kept advertising on the Hallmark movie when she's like, we don't know each other. And it's kind of like, I think that was like the only Desperate Housewife reference that I could even like, because like, you know, they were together in another movie, you know. That's the only thing I could, you know, reference, but I didn't catch anything like, you're a superhero, you know.
Maybe they purposely didn't want that and they figured the reunion would be enough.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. I'm just...
So what's the rest of this movie? They're trying to save a community center.
Yes. And he starts working with Terri Hatcher against his company, you know, like trying to find a resolution. And she kind of starts to trust him because he knows things about her.
That he shouldn't know.
Yeah, like her favorite place to get the Christmas tree.
And she goes there every first Friday in December.
Yep.
And so he's like, I knew you were going to be here because it's the first Friday of every December. So, like, she still thinks he's crazy, but, like, part of her, like, the more it goes on, he's kind, you know, she's kind of like, well, like, I almost want this to be true, you know?
And he's doing, like, a lot of legwork with trying to help the community center that she's defending
And he sees the community center. He sees his adopted kids, in the community center. And, it looked fine to me, but they're like, oh, it needs work because, it's a Hallmark movie, so they can't actually make it look run down. They just say it's run down.
Yeah, right. It's like all the stuff you see behind the walls is lousy. The electricity, but it looks like super nice and super modern.
Yeah, it did look like a nice community center.
It should be noted that he walks by where the stand he was told to destroy, that it's just a plot of land. Like, they bought it, but they didn't do anything with it.
Yes, and he runs into Rhonda.
He runs into Rhonda, the big boss, who no longer works for the company because she didn't like the way corporate real estate was working. And
because she used to get her newspaper there, too.
She established that she knew that place.
Yes.
Which, when I saw that, I said, oh, I know exactly how this movie's going to end now. Yeah, I don't remember where I was going with this thought. But yeah, so Rhonda's like, you could be a good guy or something. She gives him like the encouragement. Pep talk. So he sees that he wants, in the company, he's being more friendly to like all the assistants and everything. And he's like, we need this to be more Christmassy in here. They change all the Christmas decorations out.
It sounds like he was also working at relationships with people in the company, like getting to know like his assistant and, like more involved, like, oh, hey, like the everyday. Because like when he tried to do it in the beginning, the people are like, what, like, is he trying to have a conversation with me? Like they look perplexed, like, oh.
It was probably like the big corporate who didn't give a crap about the little guy.
And, like by the end, then, he's buddies again, like with the people underneath him.
Do you think he was friendly with them in the old life?
Yeah, because the one girl, I don't know if it was his assistant or whatnot, but I don't know what his relationship is with her. But in the first part, in the normal time, he was talking with her and they were really friendly. But then when he went back to this other life, she was like, why are you talking to me? Like it looked like it was weird, So yeah, I do think they had somewhat of a, relationship.
Yeah. And like the
working relationship, not, romance, but. And
the other discount Elijah Wood, the other assistant, who he's like, okay, yes, Mr. So-and-so. He's like, no, call me. And it's like,
oh, yeah, I kept saying, call me by my first name, which we don't remember what that was, but that's okay.
Doesn't matter. Nobody does. But, yeah, so he's helping with the community center, and the other partner doesn't like that he's doing all this, but he doesn't care, because he's going to do it anyway. And they're supposed, oh, yeah. This is another thing. They really
You're getting really excited about
this. They really undercut the twist, because if you remember, they have like a big event to like raise money for this community center, and they're not getting a lot of money for it. And at one point, the friend comes up to Terri Hatcher, like, yeah, this is good. This is going to be good PR for our business. I mean, this is all we're trying to do with this. I mean, if it happens, cool, but it's just PR. And so Terri Hatcher gets mad and storms out. And so, what's the other guy's name? The main guy. I can't remember what the actor's name is. James. Goes after her. And is like, no. Wait, what are you leaving for? Like, this is just PR. It's like, no, it's not a PR. I actually want to do this. Like, well, your friend said so. Like, I should not have invited him. I saw him talking to all the investors, probably discouraging them to give us money. And so, like, what would have been, like, 15 minutes of movie is them mad at each other.
It just, like, she's like, oh, okay. Like, she quickly accepted his, like, reasoning without...
But I buy it because everyone knows this guy's a snake. I think she knows it's a snake.
That's true.
But, they're and then it's Christmas Eve. They go to the Christmas party, and he invites Terri Hatcher to come with. And it's like there's they're dancing or something, and they're saying, it's not looking like it's gonna happen. It's very close. Like, you never know. It's a Christmas miracle. And then the friend comes like, I guess you're not going to get your $2 million or whatever they needed.
Yeah.
And then it says they get a notice on their phone. And like, we just got someone donated $10 million or some crazy amount. And the friend's mouth like, what? And then Rhonda shows up. It's like, yeah, I donated that money.
Well, no, I don't think she said she donated, but then they're like, Rhonda, did you, do this? And she was kind of, coy about it,
right.
But, you knew it was her.
Yeah.
I don't think she came out and
Maybe
was like,
she did.
It was me. But,
But she did, right when that happened, she, popped up.
Yeah. And, oh, is it you? Oh, I don't know. She was coy, but...
But, I remember she said, we need more people with your mindset in our business.
Yes.
And, throughout the movie... At certain points, he forgets his old life. Because that was established.
Oh, yeah, he did. He was forgetting his daughter.
Yeah, his kids. And, because, he asks Terry Hatcher out at one point at the end of the movie. And it's like, well, what about your old life? And she's like, what old life?
Well, he was on TV, and he was telling the driver... And the driver's like, oh, did you tell your daughter that you're on TV? And he's like, what daughter? And he's like he had forgot, his daughter. He was starting to... And
he starts to freak out, this... He starts, rattling off facts.
Yeah.
And it kind of clicks him back in. But,
I don't... Sorry, I was thinking about something. I don't know if this is, a big point to make, but... He found out that his company had did a community survey about the community center, the impact, an impact survey.
Yeah.
And it was all good stuff. They could keep the community center and do, this other project.
But the friend hid it.
Yeah, the other big ruthless executive was like, no, we're not going to, listen to that, So they already knew going into it that it would be good for the community to keep it.
Right. Was this... Santa appears at the end after they save the center. Oh! He starts freaking out because he doesn't know what he needs to do. But essentially what he needs to do is recant his wish. Say, my family's the only thing that matters to me.
Yes.
And that was...
And the Santa was like, are you sure? And he was like, yes. Which, the kiss before Christmas, it's not like he had to kiss someone before Christmas.
It's a terrible title.
I mean, that's the plot twist. There you go. There was no kiss before Christmas.
I don't think Terry Hatcher and him kissed in
they
the
did.
alternate world.
Right, I don't think they ever kissed in the alternate world.
I don't know why they call it a kiss before Christmas. Or, it could be a wish before Christmas.
Right.
That would make more sense.
There you go.
I fixed the movie.
Take that, Hallmark.
I'll take cut the check, Hallmark.
Rebrand.
But he wakes up, he says okay, the Santa Claus changed him, and Terry Hatcher's like, all right, well, good luck back in your old life, and
yeah, she either believes it or she really wants to believe it.
I think at that point I think the Santa Claus thing threw her, because he was there, then he wasn't there, and then I think she almost, I think she does believe it, but I don't know. But then he runs back to the train station and falls asleep and wakes up the moment he went to sleep originally. Makes you wonder, was it all a dream? No, because Rhonda...
Right, yes. Even if it was a dream, Rhonda pops back up. Because
he goes back to his Christmas party at his work, and he says, I'm not changing it. This is the deal. And the jerk says something jerk-like, and Rhonda overhears it, and is like, you were trying to get rid of what's-her-face's newsstand? I shop there. And so she fires
the ruthless
guy, offers the promotion to James, but I can't remember if he takes it or not. I want to say
I think he does.
He turns it down originally because my family's too important.
Right.
But she's like,
No,
That's fine.
we'll work around your family. That's right. He did turn it down, and she was like, no, I'll be fine. We'll work it out.
So he got everything he wanted.
Yeah, and he was like, then he tells like Terri Hatcher, hey, let's
Go
fill
to
out
law school.
Let's fill out those college applications. And he tells his daughter, oh, let's fill out that soccer application. You know, he's like back to being the family guy, and his son likes cooking, and that's established
Baking specifically.
Baking in the alternate world, because at the community center he's baking cookies.
He baked them he baked them at the very beginning of the original one.
Yeah. So he said something about him like baking or something. I don't know if it was culinary school or just like, hey, I like your baking, you know, you got a good talent there.
Yeah.
This movie got 7.4 on IMDb, so this one ranked higher than 9 Lives.
I think it's a little bit better. I think this one is not as... It's formulaic, but not as formulaic as your normal Hallmark movies.
Right. It was a nice change of pace.
I think the script to this could have been a theatrical release. I mean, if they did, the budget would be higher. It would look less like a TV show.
Yeah.
Because I feel that it's a cut above your average Hallmark movie. Maybe it would be a streaming movie, because if you're not an Avengers effects heavy movie, those films in theaters don't appear anymore.
Yeah.
But like it would be like this is not a good example because it was supposed to be for theaters, but like The Lovebirds on Netflix, how
I like that movie.
it's a good movie. How it has the budget of a theatrical movie, but it's on streaming.
Yeah.
It doesn't have that made for TV look the way this does.
Yes.
So I think it would have been shot a little bit differently, probably get a better director or whatever. But the script just feels like it's a cut above your average Hallmark, because it's not like you said, they're already together. They're not trying. There is like an attraction growing, but they're not falling in love.
That was nice. That wasn't like he wasn't seeking out to like have his, wife re-fall in love with him. He was learning to be a better person, and what, like, if he would have picked the ruthless slice, like, make him appreciate what he has. Mm-hmm. It was nice that there was, he wasn't trying to, like, there was no romance, essentially.
There was and there wasn't. Like, it
was more friendship.
See, I think she was starting to fall for him in so much that I see, like, that she saw why she would have fallen for him, if that makes any sense. Like, I think that she thought that one or two things. This guy is crazy.
Well, yeah.
And the reality won't change, and then a relationship could be done, or that he's going to go back to his old life, and then none of this would matter.
But, like,
anymore.
her decisions weren't based on, like, romance, though.
No, she was all about wanting to save the community.
She was.
Their attraction was just secondary.
Because I feel like some of the, like, other Hallmark movies, like, their decisions are based on romance.
Right.
But this one was just, like, I want to do good, and at the same time, she's kind of, like, re-falling for him, or she's falling for him, but like there's no kiss.
No.
There's no kiss, which why is the title called The Kiss Before Christmas?
I don't know. That makes no sense.
And it wasn't like he had to you have to make your wife re-fall in love with you before.
I'm glad it wasn't. That would have been awful.
No. Yeah.
Because, like, their marriage sound, outside of some frustrations...
Yeah, the marriage sounded sound.
Yeah.
He just wished that he could buy more than 5 suits.
I know.
And pay
who doesn't
college.
have that issue?
Their house did oddly seem nice for, like, trying for them to establish being, like, poor.
Right. I mean, I don't know if it's a case of, like, TV poor. Like, on I know you said they establish it as it's, rent control, but like on Friends, how they have like this luxurious apartment and they're like waiters or something like that. Or Jennifer Aniston was a waiter.
She was a waitress.
They're not making high end money.
Yeah.
But like that's every TV show, and it's for TV reasons.
Well, look at Always Sunny. Their apartment looks like trash. Literally.
Yeah. That's yeah. I mean, Always Sunny is the perfect example. Like even Dennis and Mac's apartment. It's not great. It's very much like a low end apartment.
Yeah.
But for their like barely surviving bar. But we're not here to talk about Always Sunny. So would you recommend A Kiss Before Christmas despite the fact the title's awful?
Yeah.
I would too. It was fun. It was definitely a different type of Hallmark movie.
I think it would have been also good with different cast, but I think I like it more because of the connection that they had in
Desperate Housewives.
In Desperate Housewives.
That was the draw.
It was. Because, like, if I had seen that movie advertised with different people, I don't know if I necessarily would have sought it out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I guess the commercial did establish, you know, like, we don't know each other.
Right.
You know, I don't know if we knew before going into it what the full plot twist was, but we knew from the commercials advertised.
I figured it was going to be, based on some of the commercials, it was going to be some sort of twist on It's a Wonderful Life. But I didn't know the full extent of it.
You keep saying that, but I've never seen It's a Wonderful Life. So
do you know what the story is?
No. It's all right. I'm good.
All you need to know, it's not a Christmas movie, despite people saying it's a Christmas movie.
I have heard you say that.
It's true. Die Hard is more of a Christmas movie than It's a Wonderful Life. Yeah.
Would you recommend it?
Yeah, I think I said I would.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. We had like a Superman night tonight because Terri Hatcher was Lois Lane.
That's true.
And
yeah.
Brandon Routh. Those two should make a movie together. I mean, they won't have to be a romance. It could be. It's the 21st century. You know, Dean Cain would be a good, would be a prime candidate to do Hallmark movies because he ain't got nothing else going on. The only other way I see this movie working is if he was paired with Terri Hatcher, because I can see people wanting to see that. But allegedly, they didn't like each other in real life, or they didn't get along.
Well, it would be the first time people working together didn't like each other.
I don't know if that's just rumor or what, but yeah, I got nothing else. What Hallmark movie are you going to watch next?
There was that one with, well, there's several with Lacey.
Every other movie is Lacey Chabert,
yeah.
Cabaret,
and she was with Stuart Townsend.
From
Queen of the Damned. I don't know if he really did anything after that movie. I'm sure he did, but I mean, it looked cute, you know. That's what the Hallmark movies do. They advertise a select few over and over and over, but like they're showing new movies constantly. Now,
right.
I don't see them advertised, but you know, people like, it's the draw, like, okay. I mean, like, we have kids, and so like our TV time is very limited. Mm-hmm. You know, like,
I still have a DVR full of like shows during the pandemic I've not gotten to.
We have not watched TV, and at this point, I mean, we may watch a little TV before I go to bed, but we chose to podcast over watching TV.
I know.
Because, like, the kids go to bed, and, you know, life happens, and, you know, we're not the people who can just turn on the TV every single night. It just doesn't happen, so. And then, you know, like, the whole reason I watch Hallmark is because of Golden Girls, and they take Golden Girls off during this time because it's like 24 hours of
these movies.
Christmas movies. And then I think in January they bring back Golden Girls.
You know, this movie, I don't remember the advertisements so much for it, but do you remember a few years ago when Hallmark was advertising a specific Christmas movie with Scott Wolf and she was in Wicked, the annoying one that no one that we don't like very much.
Oh, the short one?
Kristen Chenoweth.
Yeah.
Do you remember, like, they're, like, advertising... They were doing a Christmas movie together.
That's right.
And they're advertising it for, like, months.
They were.
Like, I don't know how long ago they filmed this one.
Yeah.
But I'm almost surprised they didn't hype this up for months. Unless they got a lot of negative feedback from hyping it for the last one. But because I would figure this would be a big sell. Terri Hatcher and other guy, James... Denton being in a movie together.
They advertised this for a while, though.
About 2 weeks out when I started seeing the advertisements more frequently, but like...
It wasn't more than 2 weeks.
If it was, not by much. Like, I'm talking about, like, they were advertising that other one...
Were
like,
they?
in, like, July. Because I remember... Because it came out the year that our second was born. And we were up late, you know, with her. And we had, like, Golden Girls on because it was the only thing I was on, and I remember just advertisements a lot for that.
Huh. Well,
I couldn't tell you the name of the movie, but I remember
we had a newborn, so my memory is fuzzy.
I just remember surprised at this movie coming out in November, and it's July.
You're probably right. I just don't remember that part.
So, but they shouldn't make a sequel to this, but they should make a sequel to the 9 Kittens of Christmas.
Yes.
So, well, that's all I got, Kiwi. So, we done here, I guess?
Are we done? Let's get out of here.
All right. Well, this has been the All New Culture Cast. I'm Nick.
I'm Kiwi.
And thanks for listening to our Hallmark episode. And join us next week when we talk about Twilight. Have a good night, everyone.
You've been listening to the all-new Culture Cast. Check us out on social media. Drop us an email at nick.culturecast@gmail.com. We can't promise we'll read it. Theme music by Dana Vodovaz. Check out his work on YouTube with Vodovaz Music Productions. This has been the all-new Culture Cast, a saltwater production. Original material copyright 2021. Thanks for listening.
Test 1, 2.
You already did that.